Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another episode of our Planet Zoo franchise mode Let's Play. We're diving right back into Elite Zoo North with a lot to accomplish today, and hopefully we'll be able to accomplish it all. Let's dive on in with little to no time to waste. As always, folks, if you've been enjoying this series and you'd like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. I say it all the time, it makes an absolutely massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. It determines what I do more or less of. It determines how I approach content on the channel, and I enjoy reading through all the comments. Not only do I enjoy reading through all the comments, but I take all the comments into account. There's always feedback, thoughts, opinions, suggestions, insight, and I love seeing it. For example, as an example from the last session, when I was telling you the story about Aura and like why we've named the Komodo dragon enclosure the Temple of Aura, I mistranslated Putri Naga, I believe it was. So Putri means daughter or princess, and Naga means dragon, and it is a Sanskrit word, and as one of those kind of mother languages, it has resulted in similar meanings for Indonesian, Malay, and I thought Hindi, but apparently I was mistaken. So yeah, I like hearing from y'all. I like reading from y'all, I guess is the right way to put it. There's always interesting thoughts and things like that, and it's just entertaining as well. I enjoy reading through the comments. Anyway, so today's session, lots to do. Like I said, hopefully we'll be adding a new animal, and if we are adding a new animal, the thumbnail and or title have almost certainly given away which one it is, so we're not going to pretend that it's a bit of a surprise. But it will be the Rhino. Again, the plan is to kind of do this south to north completion of this side of the zoo. So we managed to finish the Southeast Asia portion, I would say, over the last couple sessions, and I'm really happy with how it's looking. We do need to do a bit of a beauty pass down over here. There are some gaps. Don't worry about those. We'll fill them out soon. But I don't want to do that right now. I figure we'll do that when we do a beauty pass. I'm thinking this session, hopefully we'll have the Rhino enclosure done up over here, and then that will allow us to do a beauty pass of this entire area, allowing us to finish Southeast Asia and India all together, and then we'll transition up to the Himalayan brown bear, and then of course to China as well, which many of you have been requesting for a very long time. And yes, they have been kind of neglected, and I do feel bad about that, so we will be giving them some love and attention, and hopefully we'll get some stuff done in the Arctic region once again, before finally moving on to Africa, which, again, many of you have been requesting, but I get many requests for many things, and I try to fulfill as many as possible in the most logical sense. But folks, I digress. That's the plan for the session, is the rhinos. Let's start, though, with some time-lapse stuff. The time-lapse in today's session might be either halfway through or partway through or closer to the end. I want to start with some management stuff that I've been putting off for a while that really needs to be done, starting with our timber wolves. Last session I mentioned how our wolves are, they've been great. Their genetics are pretty solid. Yeah, you're doing exactly what I think you're doing. It's just the struggle. Look at the struggle. Anyway, they've got great genes and everything. The only issue is that their relations, I guess, are something I need to be a bit more careful of. So, like, for example, Geralt here. Wow. Identified the alpha just because he's watching over his pack, I suppose. I was like, yeah, here's our alpha. Geralt, our alpha here, is unfortunately related to Amberly and Yalitha and the other Yalitha and Chloe as well. It's all inbreeding, so that's obviously not an option. Though look at the longevity potential with some of these. Hold on, that's not even a conversation I'm open to having. So, you know, Geralt can't go around like that. Yalitha's on contraceptives. Durward is, I believe, also related to, yeah, all of them. In fact, if we look at the stud book, Geralt's your dad. Yeah, so Durward might need to go. What do we have over here? Amaruk, are you also related to everybody? Unknown mom and dad, Amberly, Jackson, and Geralt. Okay. And those are decent genes as well. So actually, if I was thinking that we'd have to trade everybody out or something, but why is fertility so broad? Okay. I mean, if we can get... Who's the alpha female right now? Who's the alpha female right now? Emberly. Emberly's genes are pretty okay. Having a hard time deciding which way to go here. Okay, here's what we'll do. I think we'll leave Geralt in here. We'll allow him to... I need to make sure that these guys are all on contraceptives until Geralt passes away. And then when Geralt passes away, if Amaruk becomes the new alpha, then we'll be fine, because Amaruk is not related to any of the females apart from Emberly, who is also pretty old, and she's on contraceptives. We might need to trade her out. Okay, we're going to wait until Emberly and Geralt pass away. Can actually get you off of contraceptives. They might be able to have another baby, because otherwise I'd be able to rehome them. So let's get Emberly off of contraceptives. Only the alphas mate. And we should be fine. Wait, hang on. Oh, we won't be fine. Okay, that's good to know. So that would explain why Emberly was on contraceptives in the first place. All right, wait until Geralt passes away, wait until Emberly passes away, and then we'll do a check down over here. Hopefully Amaruk becomes the alpha, then we won't have to introduce any new animals or anything, but worst case scenario, we'll do a little bit of swapping around. Durward might need to be traded out, because these are all his siblings. In fact, I wonder if we release him to the wild right now. Maybe we release him to the wild right now. He's about to do a head shake, isn't he? No, he's not. Sorry. Because if we do that, then we could get some conservation credits. Not that I'm hurting for conservation credits. Let's see how much these guys trade for, because he's a pretty good animal, pretty decent stats. Let's see how much they trade for. Sorry, animal trading. And we can maybe consider that, because we need to make sure he doesn't become the alpha. So where are we? Timberwolf. 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 There we go. Durward. You're a male with decent genes. You gold ranked? I forget you are. 10k. No one's going to buy a Timberwolf for 10k. Just silly. That's just silly. Price gouging, a term that many have become familiar with over the last couple weeks, I think. No second page here. Come on. Come on. Come on, game. I need this info. Oh, this is weird. It's just not updating. Well, that doesn't work. For me. Can't refresh the list. Can I change the filter to any species or anything? Nothing? Nothing. Well, that's an interesting issue. Let's maybe unpause for a second. It does nothing for us. Okay. Oh. Stop thinking. Great, nothing. I got nothing. All right, Inspector has left. Everything except for Bagraba is okay. Let's. I'm gonna go ahead and pause again, because I might actually need to restart the game, I'm thinking, to get this working again. It's happened a couple times lately. I do hope the upcoming update fixes some of these issues, but we'll look at that later. A couple other things I want to do first before I restart, go through that whole song and dance. A couple things I need to do is that I did forget to take care of our giant forest scorpions last session, and I apologize for skipping over them. Go ahead and keep one male, one female, and we have a pregnant female as well over here, Ahana, so let's keep you. Everybody else goes to the trade center. That should make these guys a fair bit happier. And then on the other side of the zoo as well, all the way over here at Om Nom Nom, got these guys who need a little bit of caring as well. Do that so we have some younger blood, so to speak. I guess I could label you as the mum. There we go. And over here, yeah, a little overcrowded in here. Get y'all to the trade center as well. All right, good stuff. And I believe I didn't trade any of the animals out, actually. Yeah, I think I've got 85 animals in here. Trade them out for 30k. Good, quick, easy money. Will help us. A little bit of a cash injection. Always goes a long way. And now maybe we've tricked the game into working. We have... Yes. Okay, great. Excellent. So I was looking at Timberwolves. Glad that worked. Glad I didn't have to restart the game. 4,000, 9,000. Okay, those are good genes, but silver only. 6,000. I mean, okay, this is not. I'm gonna go with like maybe 4,000. I feel like we could do 4,000. Where? Wait, hold on. Where'd Buddy go? Oh, there he is. Right, I forgot that he traveled over. Even 4,000 feels like a lot. If I'm completely honest, it just seems. I mean, I guess we could do 4. Okay, fine. Let's try it. So let's go ahead and put you, Durward, into the trade center, and we'll trade Durward out for. We'll try to trade him out for 4,000. Go to our animal storage here. Where are we? Durward. I'd be shocked. Let's try it. And then by the time I get to my time lapse, by the time I end my time lapse, we'll see if Durward actually goes, and if not, then we'll go down in price. Now, okay, the animal that we want to get today is the rhino, specifically the Indian rhino. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these prices. Sorry, I should have said any species first, then filtered by the rhino. So that way it gets rid of the... Oh, wow, really? 3,500, eh? Oof. Not the best genes, but it's not like I have a lot of choice. We've got a lot of... Sure, let's go for it. Yellow's not terrible. Yellow's not terrible. Immunity's pretty high. I mean, a lot can change in an hour. I wonder if... Well, this animal will be gone in an hour is the other problem. Let me just check something here. Zoopedia, how... You're vulnerable. You're not even that endangered. Oh, let's do it. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Ayush, those are really bad genetics. Ishita. Ooh, better genes. Well, these nonetheless. Point being, they're not all that. They're not unaffordable. They're not like all 10K, 9K. So fair enough. I wasn't in a rush to pick one up, but I wanted to just see what kind of numbers we're looking at before we find ourselves in a rough spot. Now, let me check one more thing over here actually with the wolves before I forget. I wanted to check. We've got how many kids here? 1, 2, 3, and they're all baby girls. All right, cool. I wanted to make sure that we didn't have more males about to become adults and compete for alpha status. All right, so we're good there. Over here, there was one thing I needed to do. Apparently, animals don't like when their food has been walked over, which is fair. Now, the reality is that flamingos are very shy, so they don't necessarily want to go in such a crowded area to eat. So maybe if we move their feeding spot, let's say, in a more kind of secluded-ish area. Why can I not obstruct it? Let's pop it down over here, maybe, or maybe that's still not secluded enough. We could pop it down. Not really interested up over. I don't know. It's not obstructed at all. I'm surprised it's saying that. All right, let's. I feel like this is a decent corner. It's still kind of close to people, though. Still kind of close to people. What if we put it down over here? Sure, let's try that. Right next to the do not disturb sign. Maybe we'll get some more luck and traction out of that. But good point. Many of you pointed it out that it's probably because people were like, it's such a densely packed area, and the flamingo was probably hesitant. But I'm glad with the process of elimination, we eliminated the fact that it was a keeper problem. It's it seems to more be a animal kind of welfare or animal willingness to animal shyness problem. Calling it problem seems unfair. Down over here, there's a floating heater. Thank you for pointing that one out as well. There we go, fixed. And look at these crowds. We've actually got some decent crowds coming through. Not dropping any money yet. I'm so glad that this enclosure is working. It makes me so happy. And you can see, oh, perfect. I'm glad we caught one just doing it right now. The bridge is working. And it seems the problem was probably the path going in and out, weaving in and out of the enclosure. That seems to have been the problem. But that's been fixed now. What else did I want to get done? Oh, you know what? Let's get some names down, and then do some more little management stuff here and there. So I've got a name for for this tunnel area, and I've got a name for the actual enclosure itself as well. Let's go ahead and name the tunnel area first. Again, it's always hard to pick names out because there are always so many fantastic names. This one was very challenging. So many great suggestions came through, undeniably fantastic suggestions, and now I gotta find a way to fit the ones that I've deemed as the winners, I suppose. So let's go ahead and get you over here. And yeah, I'm thinking I'll get these names down. I need to do a few more checks really quick, and then we'll dive on into our time lapse. And I'm hoping, I think it'll be a decently lengthed time lapse. It'll be kind of our standard length. Last session was a really long one, and I'll be completely frank. This week has been. I'm feeling this week. It is most definitely the weekend. I'm feeling a little exhausted, and I don't think it'll affect our time lapse, but I just wanted to get that out there in case it's not, you know, a 20-minute time lapse like I've done for the last couple sessions. It might end up being a 10-minute time lapse because, again, that's like an hour of recording. But whatever it takes to get the job done is my hope. That's my hope. Whatever it takes to get the job done, because I want to make some good progress. Get a new animal in today. Try to get the new animal in today. Try to do a beauty pass in that area tomorrow, and then try to get another animal. Well, I say tomorrow, sorry, next session. My apologies. And then try and get a. All right, I got this. Let's do this instead. I don't know if it'll fit, but let's try it. But yeah, so do a. Yeah, it'll fit. It'll work. Animal today. Beauty pass next session, animal again, session after that, beauty pass session after that. So kind of like get into that rhythm, I guess. It would be really nice. But I mean, again, let me know what y'all want. Explain to me your desires. Oh, I was wrong. This will not fit. My bad. I should have done this in the time lapse, I suppose. But there we go. Orango Tango. This was also a name suggestion for the drink stall, but the moment I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, Orango Tango!" Because you go down this way, and you're tangoing with the orangutan. I couldn't see it any other way. So I hope y'all don't mind, but it's a great name suggestion that I knew I wanted to integrate somehow, and this is how I felt it worked most nicely. So yeah, you know, you come to the orangutango, you dance with the apes. Dances with the apes, I guess. There we go. Orangutango. I like that. Now there's something about coloring these letters that doesn't always fly with me. I don't know. I just like if we go ahead and recolor you and make you that like orange color. It just doesn't, I don't know. Something about how these letters color just don't. We're getting somewhere here. Try that, and what I could do is I could, do this kind of a thing where rather than it being the letters, it is a kind of like a drop shadow kind of a thing. It's got a similar to what we did with the polar bears. Oh yeah, you know, I can get behind that. All right, okay, fine. If that's what we're doing, then let's get the orango and the tango working together here. So let's recolor you, get you into that orange. I do like the orange, actually. It's not quite right. It's more of a yellow. Perhaps it should be a deeper orange. We can do that. Let's go ahead and change that a little bit. There we go. That's a bit more in the right world, I think. There we go. All right. Hope y'all don't mind me doing this in real time. Sometimes it's nice to do some of these little detail things in real time rather than sitting in silence as I lay out letters. It allows me to talk through my ideas and what I'm thinking in a different way than time lapses do. So I hope y'all don't mind. But if you do, you know how to let me know. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's feeling good. That's feeling good. So Orango Tango is the name of this little walkway. I'm not going to put the name on the other side. Oh, you know, I suppose I could. Sure. Let's go ahead and put it on the other side as well. I'm so happy with this enclosure. I'm just so happy that it works. I'm so happy that we pushed what felt like technical limits of the game and we made them work for us. That feels good, you know? Okay, I don't want this tree selected. Thank you. Or that one. Come on. There we go. Seems I'm still missing a piece here. That orange. Come on now. Come on. Just won't let me select the... Oh, nope. Still not right. All right, here's how we'll do it then. Shift you out a little bit. Shift you out a lot of bit. Now. Should be able to do that. That. Nope. Deselect this. Get you. There we go. And of course I press X rather than Control X. Don't mind me. I'm not flustered. There we go. Let's merge that into a group. Duplicate you. And shift this all the way over. And hopefully this actually works. Watch, we don't even end up keeping it. There we go. I think it'll fit nicely. You might need to adjust where the camera is. Yeah, that's feeling good. And let's hop on into group edit mode. So if you have a group made, you press R, it takes you into group edit mode, and then you only select what's inside that group. All right, there we go. Orango-tango. Shift you up a little bit. Yeah, buy that. Cool. This is so cool. This is so intense. I was so pleased. I don't think I'll ever... I don't know. This might be my favorite enclosure from a technical perspective. I don't know if it's my favorite from an aesthetic perspective. I do really like how it looks. Don't get me wrong. But aesthetically, I actually don't know which one's my favorite enclosure, if I'm completely honest. Which one's yours? I know I asked this question, you know, maybe 10 episodes or so ago, but now I'm curious if it's updated since then. Nonetheless, so that's Orango-tango. That's got its name. We also have to get another name down. That's the name of the actual enclosure. And this, thankfully, we can reuse some parts. And since I like how the orange looks like this, with this little kind of drop shadow look, we'll pull that right over and make sure it fits nicely here. It's looking right, sure. Orang. This is gonna be a little different. So let's dive in here. Get rid of all of you. No, come on. There we go. Get rid of all of you. Get rid of you as well, please. Come on now. There we go. And you two. Gonna pull you over. Oh, of course the directions aren't right. Fair enough, fair enough. I saw this coming. Fine. Gotta move all this over here. And the name of the enclosure is Orangutown. Now it's not Orangotown, it's Orangutown. So I have to fix that O, make it a U, but not a big deal. And again, just a nice, wonderful name suggestion that I couldn't help myself with. Right. And this was actually a name suggestion that came through a long time ago. I think it actually came through before the orangutan were actually put in. If I recall correctly, it came through when I was doing the crocodile, and I mentioned that this is where the orangutan might go. Like when we were laying out our plans, that's when this suggestion came through. So it's been on my mind since then, and then it got reiterated, of course, when I asked for name suggestions. So it's not like I didn't look at any potential alternatives or anything. I looked at everything. It came up again, and I was like, you know what? I do still like it. That's a good way to make a decision. You look at something that you've already looked at. That's why I take my time before I actually settle on a name. Take a look at something. You take a look at it again and again. You decide what you like, and then you narrow it down based on that. And when I can't narrow it down to one, that's when I throw up a poll to get your help in that final elimination stage, as you will. Orang-O-Town? No. My good ladies and gentlemen, it is Orang-O-Town. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and get another one, of course, in the bright white. I hope we get more lettering pieces. I would like to have more, you know, fonts and typefaces available in the game. There we go. Might need to adjust that a bit, actually. A little too offset. A little too offset. There we go. That looks more like it's in keeping with the rest of the lettering. All right. Now if I could just select these two and tuck them in a little bit. That will be that. Beautiful. Check. Exit. Shift you over. And then the question becomes... Actually, you know what? This stuff needs to be a little bit more pronounced. Go ahead and over and up. Oh, wrong direction there. The question becomes, though, are there any ape pieces that we can use here? Nope. I do wish... I don't want to do monkey... Undo that. I don't want to do monkeys because that is common, you know, error that people make. I don't want to put monkeys down. Though I guess you can't really tell. Nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What I do want to do, though, is maybe adjust this a little bit. Orangu. Like that. Town. This needs to be a little bit closer. Guess my neuroticism is showing. Maybe this... I apologize. I think in the future I'll try and remember to make all this stuff time lapses. Orangutan. There we go. Now it's got some style to it. Now it's got some personality to it. Orangutan. Nice. Feels branded as opposed to just like lettering, you know? Go. I need to rotate you a little bit. I do indeed. Hold it. There we are. A little bit deeper in there. Okay. And then just the T and the O here, I think, can be pulled out a touch, and we'll be good. And I can move on to other, more important things in a zookeeper's day-to-day. There we go. Welcome to Orangutan. I want to center that a bit more. So beautiful. And I want the name to be there. I mean, I could put the name over here as well. That would block the animal less often. I'll put the orangutan up over here. So you either go to orangutan or you go through the Orango Tango. Or Orango Tunnel. Yeah, see, that doesn't... Orango Tango. Yeah, I like it. I like what we're going with. All right, cool. Enough me rambling about names. Let's go ahead and make it official, of course. Orangu Town. And now we have finally settled on a name there. And I believe I did this last session. I just want to check. I'm pretty sure I officially renamed, yep, the Temple of Ora. And that's that taken care of. Okay, the other thing that I need to check on, a couple more management things, and then we're going to dive on into a time-lapse. Over here, people are able to walk to the polar bears. It was suggested, oh my god, look at all this litter. Oh, that's on me. I need to get more bins down. It was suggested that part of the reason why people might not be coming to the polar bears that often is because the it's only the train that allows you to come up here. But it's not. It is also, there it is. It is also the footpath. You can walk up here as well, but most people just aren't. I think the real reason that many of you touched on as well, the real reason is that there's nothing else to see up over here, which is going to be a problem for a little bit longer. Not for a lot longer, but for a little bit longer, as I will be adding, you know, like the reindeers and stuff up over here. But until I do that, I mean, it might remain a little less loved. Just trying to figure out what people are saying about, you can't even tell it's a polar bear from here. From where, though? Where were you standing? You were standing, what, over here? You can't tell it's a polar bear from over here? What's wrong with you? The views have been decent, I would say. Getting some donations. Let's see, I believe if we select here. I'm really excited for this upcoming update because it will also outline what people's like thought journeys have been. Yeah, see, no one likes the views. Some people are complaining about the lack of benches. I wonder if picnic benches don't count as regular benches. I've got a lot of benches here, so I mean, I'm a little surprised. But why not? Let's go ahead and put a bench down over here and a bench down over here. So en route, if you get tired while heading over, you'll have a place to sit. I believe I don't have any benches here, but I could add some. These would be the New World benches, though. Bench. These New World ones. Put one over. Come on. I wanted to be on the path. Not that it makes a difference. Not that it makes a difference. There we go. And then one over here. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on, game. There. Oh, yes. That was more of a struggle than I would ever have anticipated. And seeing the security camera actually makes me realize maybe I should check for crime. Maybe I should add some more. I should have checked where that vandalism was happening and then gone through and added security accordingly. I mean, I'm sure some people will be getting up to mischief over here. There's some gaps here and there. I could add some more cameras to counteract it. There are some blind spots over here, I suppose. I suppose I should add some more cameras. Wasn't part of the original plan, but now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. No benches, thank you. I want cameras. Prefer to not do the pole if I don't have to, but I might have to over here. Might have to. Let's get you up on the tree. Let's try and get one down over here. I'll try any funny business. Cover some of these bins. We should try and get one down. Oh, you know what? We should make this stop for the boats. It should probably be themed in that same kind of temple monastery look, right? So we need to do that during an upcoming beauty pass as well. Up over here, let's get a camera down over here as well. There's a huge blind spot here, and I don't appreciate that. Go ahead and put one camera down over here. Put one camera down over here. No one gets up to anything when they're headed into Orangutan or Orangutango. Or Orangutango. Words. We're good over here for the most part. I believe I might need to... Yeah, there's a central spot that doesn't have any surveillance, so I might need to add a little bit of surveillance over here. Not a big deal. Don't mind the camera, folks. Just don't bump your head on it, I suppose. There we go. So that covers our bases there. There are some blind spots here and there, but like people don't vandalize everything. And there's maybe some pickpocketing and stuff. I don't think I've seen that in a while, though it's been quite some time. Anyway, back to up over here. So yeah, some people were complaining about not enough time, so I've given them some benches. They're having a good time. What are you up to? American bison, you're complaining about the view. Facility buildings are ruining my experience of the zoo. Really? This is spreading a negative impact far enough? Ooh, what do you know? It is. If I move you back... Kind of need this here to power that. Okay. It's obviously not making people happy, but it's like how many people is it affecting? It's the first time I've noticed that issue. Happiness is still basically through the roof. I'm gonna let it be for now, but I might want to consider my options there, because I could put a solar panel down over here or something. I'll consider my options there. But yeah, for now, why are people not coming? We'll figure it out. The other thing, I think this is the last thing I need to do, or I at least unpause the game. The other thing is I do want to make this thing into a shuttle. I know there's some people on here right now. All right, let's unpause. Let's let them get off, and then we're going to edit this ride to make it into a shuttle. And I think based on your feedback, I know how to do that. Enda is about to mate again. We're gonna have a lot of Komodo dragon babies. Are we stuck here? All right, let's see. So do not block station. Do the trick. Quarter load is okay. Maximum wait time is a minute. No minimum wait time. That ought to do the trick, right? I don't know if it's starting at 60 seconds right now or what, but we'll keep an eye on this for a second. And while that's happening... Oh, there we go. Good. I want to wait for these guys to get off. I don't care so much for these guys. I want to get these guys off of there so that somebody's at least looking at the pandas or the, snow leopards or something. Something. What are these guys thinking, actually? Can't select them while they're on the ride. Unfortunately. It's fine, not the end of the world. I feel like the pandas are getting a bit more love lately. I don't know about donations, but they're getting some more visitors. Yeah, they're getting some donations. That's good. Okay, 60 seconds is clearly too long here. Go with 30 seconds. How about that? Hopefully it doesn't restart it. Over here, we'll do the same thing. No minimum wait time. Quarter load is okay. 30-second wait. Don't block the station. Cool. That ought to do the trick. Now, the snow leopards have been pretty good to us, I think. If I recall correctly, they did quite well for us. At least at the start of things. I don't know how things are going anymore, though. Hopefully you're enjoying your views up there. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this thing off. And let's edit this. So, one car, shuttle mode. All right. Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem, I think. Okay, we're going to edit the track. I'm going to see if this works. Let's see if this works. Because the shuttle mode will just look nicer, and it'll work nicer as well. It's not a very long distance. We can speed the thing up a little bit if we have to. But I think it'll work a lot nicer. Problem. Now, the problem, I think, is that this is the first station, and it's looking for a track going out this way. That's the problem. All right. So, let's go ahead and... I'm trying to figure out the best way to solve this. Edit the track. We're going to delete you. And we're going to delete you. And then we're going to add you back in. Enter and exit on the left is what we want. Yes. Now the problem is that it's just not connected, but this is now the correct... This is now the second station, so it should work. Why aren't you letting me undo this game? Come on. There we go. Place the entrance a little bit further out, maybe. Place the exit first, then place the entrance. Sure, if that's what'll do the trick. There we go. And the exit. There we go. I don't know why it was marked red, but it worked out, so I'll accept it. Still a problem. Still a problem. You're connected, all fine. You're connected, all fine. Did it change our... Yep. No, still shuttle mode. Can I test you at least? Unpause. No, it's not telling me what the problem is either. Seems to be moving just fine. Testing. Maybe let's let it run a test, see what that does for us. While that's happening, I'm going to try to not do too much, obviously. Because it'll, I need to be able to undo this if need be. But I do want to check on, let's see, animal welfare, breeding. Now, I pointed out that apparently I can see inbreeding through this overlay. Does this mean there's a chance of inbreeding or unable to mate? His offspring is due, okay. I wish when I was in this overlay mode it knew to ignore all the architectural elements. Now, why are you unable to mate? Because you're on contraceptives. But it doesn't look like we have any inbreeding issues here. Okay, cool. Well, it's good to know that this overlay exists. Good to know that it exists. All right, let's see. Is the testing done? Are you good? Do you understand that you can work? Okay, well, this went from being not working to working. So maybe we need to just test this one, like do one more round, and then the game will realize that this does in fact work. Now, very few issues coming up. This is wild. This is the longest we've gone with issues not cropping up every 10 seconds. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Feeling pretty good about that. Come on, come through. I also feel like reducing the guest count has helped with the frame rate issues we were seeing. It still crops up every once in a while, but overall I think it's worked out, and we don't have to rush into a new zoo, which feels good. I was worried about that. All right, this is working perfectly, game. You can see it, I can see it. Ah, there it is. All right, cool. So, how much are we charging? We'll edit that later. Max speed. Let's go ahead and up the speed to 17. A little bit faster. Open it up. All right. Now over here, I'm so glad this worked because this looks so much nicer. $7, I think is fair. I think this works so much nicer that it's only along the mountain. Beautiful. And our snow leopard here has matured. Wonder if that means you're gonna have trouble with dad. What are your genes like? Pretty good. 8358. You're obviously mum here. Much better genes. And what about previous dad? Where is he? I like to try finding the animals myself first. Oh, they're there. Hang on now, there's 4 of you? Altan to the wild with you. The genes weren't that great. But they're okay. So Altan, let's release you to the wild. We have Odd, our new adult. Oh, do you see that jump? That was a great jump. Now, let's see. These are great genes. 75, 83. But you're inbreeding. You're fine there. So Odd, I think, needs to go. Odd's got worse genes. Oh, I see. That's why there was that excited jump, because it's mealtime. All right, let's see. 75, 83, 83, 66. 91, 91, 56, 6. Okay, so we obviously know who's staying. You are our mum here. Oh, it's good genes, though. Odd. What are their requirements as far as numbers is concerned? 1 male, 1 female. All right. Oh. Don't want to take him away while he's playing. But unfortunately, yes, you must go. Just as the fight's about to break out. Release for 845. That is a lot of conservation credits. Could probably trade her for more. What are the genes like? They're pretty good genes, if I recall correctly. Those are pretty good genes. I think I should trade her maybe instead. All right, so to the trade center with you. An Odd. This is inbreeding, so Odd has got to go. Send you to the wild, perhaps? They're all right genes, not the greatest. They're okay. Release you to the wild. Just became an adult. And if we take a look at animal trading and get ourselves a new male, I believe you cannot breed with... Yeah, that would be inbreeding. But we do need a new male. Snow leopard. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Snow leopard. Go ahead and uncheck that. Where are we? All right. Get ourselves a nice male snow leopard. That's not bad. Again, these two stats don't matter as much. It's the top 2 that matter the most. Top 2 that matter the most. I'm liking Naran Batar. 8375 is not bad. If we compare you with ours, yeah, those are some good results that we're expecting. So, Naran Batar, let's go ahead and adopt you. Now let's go ahead and get you in a quarantine first, of course. Kind of wish I'd put a quarantine over here. Closest quarantine is up there. That's not that far. It's not that bad. From the trade center to the quarantine is not that bad. All right, so we'll do that, and that should result in better snow leopard results. Now, I did notice actually earlier, if we look at animal trading, you'll see that our trade history. Again, I wish this was done by time. What I was getting at is it seems as though we have in fact traded out our beloved Timberwolf. That's why we're up at 2,300 now. We were at 1,800 when we put him up for sale. So I guess 4K was not overpriced. I guess that was not overpriced. All right, let's unpause and let's see what's going on over here. Vet research is complete. Lots of research stuff, I think. Yes. Water dragons are maxed out. We could increase the quality of their food. I want to see what these animal alpha status, low welfare. Why are you upset? Social health. Lesser Antillean iguana. That's all the way back over here, isn't it? I believe these ones with the green iguanas. The lesser Antillean iguana, I'm pretty sure is, yeah, up over here. Come on. I'm assuming they had a new baby. Indeed, I'm correct. Fade you out. Hopefully, Jorge, I think is how you'd say that, is still able to give us another baby. Right, so that's that done. And alpha status. Alpha status fighting again is okay. Alpha status fighting is fine by me. But back to our original intent here. Let's make sure your food is top tier. Ooh, Enda's pregnant. Good stuff, good stuff. More VIP guests. Animal is hungry. Well, that's just a matter of someone coming through and feeding you. On which note, actually, I should perhaps take a look at... training people. The camera's moving extremely fast right now, despite me having the camera mode activated. Alternate camera mode. Okay, there we go. Keepers are coming through. Good to see. Get everyone selected over here, and let's make sure the pregnant one and the father get to stay. Stuff, and over here. We're good. We're good over here. What about the Gila monster? There we go. Beautiful. Past quarantine. Excellent. Go ahead and move you to Kathmandu. Hopefully we'll get some nice high-quality baby snow leopards out of that relationship. Now, what are we looking at over here? Are these guys... Oh, look at these crowds building up. That's great. That's great. Now, I don't know how many people can get on at a time. And I don't know if that'll convince me to make this into a loop again instead. I do like how this looks, though. As a shuttle. Now, $7. Suspended gondola looks ace. Of course it does. Looks awesome. My drink from Camel Mile was great. Seeing a backdrain camel is awesome. All right, this is good. Nice to see the snow leopard so happy. All right, this is really good. Okay, well, it's some people. Some people are going to be stuck in line for a little bit. I've been to worse places. Get out of here. I'm tempted to just pick them up and drop them by the exit. You can really tell they put a medium amount of thought into the planning. A medium amount of thought. Now, it looks like the snow leopard business that was up here has actually cleared up. I feel like praying to the gods of wind helped with that a little bit. Are you up here avoiding your new mate? So I understand that sometimes. I joke. I'm kidding, for the record. Before somebody takes that comment and runs with it. Wait, hold on, where is our friend here? Oh, I guess he just arrived. Yeah, he just got dropped off. I want to make sure to rename him, though. Immediately. There we go. Now what's up with these animals? Hang on. No curly braces. Low welfare. Animal is stressed. We haven't seen stress come up in a while. What's that about? We push this down over here. Remind people to stay quiet. Seems to have helped a little bit. I mean, this is actually the most active I've seen these flamingos. Perhaps ironic naming, calling it Flamingo Park, considering the flamingos don't like to mingle. Well, it's good to see them this active. Now, actually, saying the word mingle reminds me. Some of y'all pointed out that it might be time for the peafowl to have, or for the peacocks to have some peahens to mingle with. I don't think that's a bad idea. Now, if you take a look at their Zoopedia entrance real quick, Zoopedia entry real quick. 4 males, 16 females. I believe we have 4 males. 3 males we have, all on contraceptives. A beer, you might be the lucky one who gets to... Oh, those are good genes, actually. Get you off contraceptives, and let's go ahead and bring in a peafowl. Let's go ahead and bring in an Indian peafowl here. Peahen, I should say. I should specify. Don't necessarily want an albino or anything, just want... all males. I guess I could purchase one. Kind of bad genes. 100, 183, 100. That's pretty good. For 500 conservation credits? Okay, no. They're peafowl. Come on. That's peafowl play. Trying to make that much money off of peafowl. Samira here. A bit more interesting. I guess we might go with an albino after all. Aditi. What about you? Jasmine. How are you doing? 183. Again, fertility is not the biggest deal. And in fact, lower fertility might be better. Let's go ahead and get Jasmine in here. Come on, please. Let's get you in here. Cool. Move you into quarantine real quick. Then we'll bring her down shortly after. Good stuff. Money's looking good too. It's doing all right. Can't recall what I might have spent money on recently, but we were up and around 420 a while ago. 1.420, I mean, a while ago. Losing some money right now. We're doing okay. Money's back up. Every time you feed the animals, the money takes a hit, right? And then it can be disconcerting, even though it doesn't really matter. Now, some of our crocs and stuff are going to get old now. Might have to trade them out because they don't like big crowds, if I'm not mistaken. It seems that Ratu here needs to be moved. These guys have been blocked for a while. Gadek is okay. Where are our buddies here? Are they all about to mature? What is their requirement, actually? Yeah, 1 and 1. Males are territorial. We'll have to trade them out. Said they were about to mature. Wonder if that means it's like a little bit of time left. Some of these are still really young. Okay, only the ones about to mature. We'll keep an eye out on her. Not the greatest genes. Size is really bad, actually. Might release her to the wild. And just about to dive into the time-lapse, folks, but I just want to check in on our orangutan one last time before we do. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yes, so glad I came here. It's got to be one of my favorite enclosures. Seeing a Bornean orangutan so clearly is awesome. I will cherish this memory forever. I wonder when the baby... Baby! What? Where? Who? Which one? Hey. Or do we already know about this? I forget. The pleasures of forgetting and re-remembering. July of this year. All right. Very cool. Quarantine passed. You're ready to move. I mean, the orangutan are clearly doing well. We've solved their issues. They're clearly doing well. Are you... Come on now. Okay, there we go. Waiting for her to get cleared out there. Sorry. Still not kind of done investigating how this is going. I mean, there were some good crowds being built up over here. Again, I wish we could see donation breakdown by animal. it's great to actually also see such a large enclosure get positive responses, because as many of you have rightfully said in the comments, and I've felt the same way myself as well, these bigger enclosures can be a problem as far as views are concerned, but it does look like people are enjoying some of the more recent ones. So I feel like we're finally finding that balance between size and look at that, and experience, I guess, viewing experience. Making some decent money. $0 there, 0 here, but this one's got 300. Okay, kind of tells you where people go, doesn't it? Over 1,000 made over here, and it's only May. Over 1,000 made over here as well. More coming through, it looks like. Yeah, there it is. This is cool. Oh man, people are really enjoying these views. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Makes you really proud. This is like, it's like, you know, it's my baby. This one doesn't get any donations, I'm not surprised. Oh, but now it's empty in here. No, why is it empty here now? This whole year, no one's come through here. Wild. So fickle these people are. Interesting. Very interesting. And are people actually coming back over here? That's another thing I want to check up on. Oh, I saw some people come through. No donations here yet, but that's not really a surprise. Have y'all made me any money? It's a good way to tell. You've made me some money, that means people are coming back here. You haven't made me any. None here. None here, and I'm guessing none here. Excuse me. Let me... Oh, come on. I just had it. No money here. Okay. That's a bit of a problem. People are not being drawn back by those exhibits, I guess. Some people coming through. I wonder what else I can do back here. So they still consider this heading to the Temple of Aura, but they stopped here and turned around. No, now they're turning around again. Trying to like keep an eye out on like what it could be that's stopping them. They've got a place to sit and everything. I'm not sure. Coming through. Decent views. Yeah. Happiness is kind of low. Education's high, but happiness is low. And I can't tell why happiness is low. Everything at Orangutan is too expensive for me. You have enough money. Chandra is expecting offspring. Oh, man. Bagaskoro here. Getting some work done. We're going to have a lot of baby orangutan. That's going to be great. That's got to be amazing for our wealth. Oh, you know what? People are probably all crowding over here because the orangutan are all over here. But when they cross over to the other side, people might go through the tunnel again. Ah, I really hope that's the case. I really hope that's the case. Now, I wonder if I should make it more interesting on the other side to make sure they keep going back and forth rather than sticking to one side. Wrong one. Antelope having some issue over here. Who is our offender? Tristan, Bashiri, and Tristan. At least you're the wild. Why did this Tristan not go? What's wrong with you? At least you're the wild. Let's go. There we go. It's that problem solved. What's the deal here? More vet research complete, power source failing. I'll have to check up on that. But with all this research done, let's go ahead and do some advanced research on the Indian elephant and some advanced research on the, let's say snow leopard. Why not? Let's give them some extra love. They deserve it. All of our animals deserve it. Let's call a mechanic over here. This is going to start a fire. And we finished even more research. We're going to have so many toys and stuff for the orangutan. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right. What's next? Power source failing. It's okay. I've got a mechanic coming through. Alpha status fighting is fine, folks. think it's time to pause, take a second. The lighting is okay. Trying to look at the screen here and figure out if it's too dark. Looks okay to me. I've got like multiple screens and I'm looking at like color to see if it's bright enough to do our time lapse under these lighting conditions. I don't want it to start snowing or raining or any of that stuff. So folks, I think we're going to finally take a moment to dive into our time lapse and make our little extension over here for the rhinos. Make a little garden space. Might actually, anyway, tell you my plans as I execute them. Folks, it's time lapse time. All right, first things first, I actually changed it to daytime. The game crashed. I decided to just edit that out, but I realized it was probably too dark. We make quite a few edits to our initial plans, and you'll see me work on that right now. I was, there was a lot of thinking going on with this enclosure. I wasn't sure if our original plan was going to really work that well, where we were going to have the elephants and the rhinos technically taking up one enclosure. I realized that it could cause a lot of guest confusion. It was a really large space. The two animals could just kind of swap around, and I realized that it might be it might not be worth it, and it would lead to potentially a much less interesting experience. So I kind of had to rework that, and I had to rework the entrances as well for our staff and for the animals and things like that, and then how they would move around. So you'll see me fiddle around with that a fair bit during this time lapse as I try to figure things out and, you know, hit roadblocks or path blocks as the case might be. You'll see I feel pretty clever about this idea I come up with over here, where the path for the staff could come around this way, but unfortunately just I guess it's an issue with the height, because I do experiment with the placement of the habitat barrier as well, but I can't move that because of the water. There's just too many moving parts in this corner over here. But that's not a big deal, because this was my it'd be nice to have this, but what I really want to do is get the staff connection on the other corner. And I'll touch more on that when we actually get to it. But basically, I'm reworking our approach to the rhinos. They can only be in a pair. So it's either a bachelor pair of males, a bachelor pair of females, or one male, one female. So I have to be very wary of like the number of hiding spots they have and things like that. So you'll see me, you'll see how I kind of tackle that and try to create an interesting experience. Now I put the staff path down in that corner, like I was saying. That's where I kind of want the staff to have access from, because they'll actually be sharing the Southeast Asian staff facilities, the ones that are near the Komodo dragon, near the Temple of Aura. So they'll be using those facilities. Now over here, again, continuing the look, and you'll see every once in a while I kind of pause and second guess my my decisions and whatnot, because I'm not entirely certain that like how far I wanted to keep this palace aesthetic, or whatever we want to call it. Ultimately, the garden belongs to the palace. That's the idea, right? The rhinos are primarily living in the garden space, whereas the elephants are, I mean, I guess it's just one big garden. It just, I guess when you're a king or a prince or whatever, you can have as many gardens as you want. He's got just a giant front yard. But nonetheless, point being, I wanted this space to look a lot more like a central garden plaza kind of a thing. But I still wanted it to marry with the palace. I might come in and make a couple of tweaks here and there. I'm overall pretty happy with how the aesthetic continues. My initial concern was that it would get very repetitive, but I find those breaks with these little these extra roof decorative elements, I find they help keep things fresh. It doesn't feel all that repetitive. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how this extension looks. And I think once the central area gets all of its decor, it'll be, all that much better. I just, in the interest of splitting the look up a little bit between the elephant and the rhino section, I do not continue the sandstone flooring. I don't continue it in the rhino walkways, because I feel like, okay, it'll at least be a little visually different, so I like that. But again, I do think once we get the central garden space done, it'll be vastly different. I will say, on that note, that the garden does not get done in today's time lapse. all this kind of fiddling with the wall pieces and the pillars and all that ends up taking a lot longer than anticipated. But we do get a lot done. We get the animal in, we get a lot done. We basically do what I like doing my first phase as, which is get the structure in place, get the barriers in place, get the animal in, see what the animal feels with regards to the terrain and things like that. And then next session, as we do our beauty pass, we'll include this garden as a part of the beauty pass. I think that'd be, I felt like that would be the best way to approach it, to make sure that I hit the garden with a fresh mind, so we can really make it stand out and particularly spectacular, rather than just, create it for the sake of creating it in today's session and end up with something that we're not going to be ultimately satisfied with. I do apologize, by the way, if my I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I'm sorry about that if it sounds a little hoarse. It can't be very nice to listen to if that's the case, and I apologize for that. But yeah, you can see I'm pulling. We're very fortunate to have these previously developed pieces and the previously developed aesthetic, because we're able to pull that stuff and use it and modify it rather than having to start from scratch. So that's a very, I find that worked very well. And yeah, overall, you'll see a couple of tweaks here and there. This is probably the blindest I've gone into building an enclosure, I would say. I had an idea in mind, and when I started the time-lapse, I was still on board with that idea, but then within, minutes of me working, I quickly had a change of heart in terms of everything I was talking about earlier, in terms of how the elephants and the rhinos are not going to be sharing a space, and how we're going to split the space up. Anyway, time to put down the barriers over here. Now, I want the rhinos to actually be able to go into the water and drink from it. I don't want them to be able to cross all the way over, of course, nor do I want to have to deal with redoing that river, because as y'all will maybe remember, that means dealing with the fishing village, and I can't. I just can't. I don't think I can do that again. If we have to, I will, but I don't think I can do that again. Nonetheless, I feel like we'll be able to use like bamboo and trees and things like that to block access for the rhinos. But I feel like this would make the boat ride particularly insanely amazing, and it would also just give the rhinos a reason to be in all the various parts of their enclosure. So we've got the central area where the garden is, where they're going to be able to have some hard shelter, where they're going to eat. We have this corner over here where I think I might put some of their toys, so they're able to play out over here. And then I'm also going to and then of course there's the river itself from where they can drink. Sorry, my pause there was because I just realized at the end of the session I wanted to add the education boards, and I forget to do that. So I have to remember to put the education boards in at the top of the next session, or at least at some point in the next session. But we do get all the donation bins and stuff done today. But yeah, the education boards need to get done. Nonetheless, point being, I feel like there is a point of interest for the animals at each of the segments of their enclosure. And so I'm hoping that from each of the viewing areas, whether it's by the ramp over here, or it's by the, any of these walkway areas, or it's by the boat even. All those viewing areas, I think, will have at least some potential for a good view. Am I making sense? I kind of feel like I'm rambling. I am rambling, aren't I? But yeah, so I'm feeling pretty happy with the overall functionality of this enclosure. And again, trying something a little ambitious over here. And aesthetically trying something a little ambitious over here as well. I figured this is something from the lessons learned while building the Temple of Ora and building all the Indonesian temple architecture style and doing all the flooring stuff. I was like, why not have some fun over here and make custom flooring for this section as well? So just fiddling around with some of the parts here to make something a bit more interesting, a bit more over the top, I suppose. Because if our wall segments are nothing new, considering they're what we had with the elephants, let's at least add some newness to the central plaza. That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, we got to do something fresh, right? And I do like the flooring pattern, and I'll probably use that. I use it kind of sparingly today, but I think when we do the central garden to its fullest, I'm going to probably use that quite a bit more, because I do like how it looks. And then of course on either side, we get these little like larger bricks down. And I might want to add like fountains and things like that. I think this will be a pretty intense garden. That's the thing. It's like I wanted to make sure I came at it with every potential angle open. So I want to spend some time to think about it before I do it. That's why I don't. That's why I don't do it today. I think one last thing I do for this time lapse is I actually extend our little section over here. This entrance to the transition between India and Southeast Asia. Over here, I wanted to get some facilities down because I felt like it would be nice to have a washroom, food, info center, things like that. Because there's a huge gap between here and the next place where people can grab a bite to eat or grab a drink or whatever it might be. But yeah, quickly gonna go around as well, put down some of the donation bins. Again, education boards, I need to remember the donation bins are down and the facilities are down as well. So overall, I feel quite accomplished with this time lapse. I feel like we've done a good bit of work on it. We're gonna get the animal in. We'll see how the animals feel about the space, and the next session we're going to cap it off and beautify this corner, and that'll be India and Southeast Asia 100% completed. Hope you all enjoyed this time lapse. It's a slightly shorter one than the last couple we've had, but I hope you all enjoyed it nonetheless. And once we get a couple of these decorative elements down over here for this little loungy corner, there you go. That's the time lapse, folks. Back to regular speed. All right, folks, that is the time lapse done. And yes, there's still a little bit to do, a lot of it to do at the enclosure. But this is, I think, a good spot to actually bring the animal in, make sure it's able to traverse the right spots and not traverse the wrong spots, and check how it feels about vegetation and things like that. And then we'll actually get the whole garden thing going. It's funny how much it's funny how much longer this took to build than I expected. I was like, oh yeah, I've got the framework down. It won't take me that long to do it. Nope, I was very wrong. But yeah, feeling pretty good about the overall layout. It's massive. That's one of my concerns, is that it's a really big space, but it's a lot of open space. So I'm really hoping that people will have decent views. I mean, if we take a look actually quickly at what people are saying about the elephants, curious about that. That'll be a good benchmark for us. Where is the little entrance over here? If we take a look at and get a good view, some people aren't very happy. It really matters, like, are they... I feel like the people who are viewing from up over here... Where to go? Where's our... You know what I'm talking about. Up over here. I'm, like, clipping through everything. Hang on. There it is. I feel like the people who are viewing from, like, up over here aren't very happy about the views, maybe? How could you not be happy about these views, though? Like, look at that. I can't, legit, I can't think of a single bad view of the elephants, except for when they go below the central area. I'm trying to figure out, trying to see what people are saying overall. Look at the baby removed species, just look at it. Which animal? Very curious. Oh yeah, okay. Love walking in the Indian elephant habitat. I feel like people are getting enough out of it. What is removed species? I can't remember what animal I've removed recently. Oh, upset at camel mile. You know what, actually? Wow, this person's really not happy. I think I mentioned it before the time lapse, and I completely forgot to go through and give these orders to improve training. Now, quite a few of these guys were only recently hired because of the new vendors I just put in, but we've got a few people who, yes, can be leveled up. Yikes, yeah, okay, bad service is not something, it's not very elite. There we go, hopefully that'll do the trick. Hopefully that'll do the trick for now. All right, cool. Yeah, so overall, I feel like, in general, people are happy enough with the elephant views. Oh, look at that, a full boat. That is a boatload of people. Huh? Boatload? Because it's literally a... Anyway. I feel like if the views of the elephant are, it feels like an 80-20 split, maybe a 30-70 split, I feel like views of the Rhino will be a lot better, because there's a lot of open space. Again, unless the Rhino decides to camp underneath these little walkways, in which case, like, what are you going to do? What's a man to do, right? But that's fine. I think that's fine. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Let's get the animals in, shall we? Something else I was thinking about. Oh, right. I just want to let you guys know I will obviously be looking for name suggestions for the info center, as well as the Pipshot Juice and the Monsieur Frit over here. Might add some more as well. Might make this into a bit of a bazaar or loungy area. Not 100% sure just yet, but I figured it's a good idea to get something down there for people who are arriving via boat, and you know, this orangutan stuff is a little too far away, or for people who've actually walked all the way from there to here. They might want to sit down, have a drink, relax a little bit. I might actually add some benches down this path as well. I do need to, I forgot to add the education boards. My apologies. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. It's not going to take me very long. Actually, you know what? You know what? Let's get the animal in first, because then I can assign rhinos right away. So let's take a look at animal trading. Let's see what's available. We've got a lot of conservation credits, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. We can get, you know, we don't have to be too picky about our about the animal we bring in. So Indian rhinoceros. Don't tell me we just have the one choice. Don't tell me we just have the one choice. I would like to have more options, please. Oh, is it because of... Yes, there we go. Sorry. Okay. Still not really that good. Maybe I should have purchased them sooner. It's time remaining, or... Alright, let's go ahead and unpause for a minute, though. No reason not to, I suppose. Yeah, let's unpause. Let's unpause. Let the game figure out the new pathing and stuff. Let the game figure out people's trip. And hopefully the boat ride remains interesting as well, as people take the boat around the bend over here. I'm hoping the rhinos are able to drink water at these spots and whatnot, and make the ride really awesome. Facilities without power, of course, down over here. I forgot to get ourselves a solar panel, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Thank you for the reminder, game. Let's go ahead and get you... I'd say like over here is a nice spot for it. Gives us good coverage. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do that. And of course, let's make sure that we have our work zone set as well. What we can do is, I'm thinking India center is going to get all that, but we're also going to add these over here, because that way the keeper hut down over here is being used, and they don't have to travel all the way up to there to get stuff. Like, that's where the elephant keeper hut and stuff is. I don't want keepers to have to travel up to there to come down to here. Instead, I want them to use the staff room facilities down over here instead. So I'm just going to share that a little bit. And, you know, a history of cultural exchange and whatnot, and in present day, it's exchange of facilities. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Can't find accessible staff rooms. I'm sure these will be fixed up soon enough. Looks like these guys are... It's good to see these getting some serious usage. More vet research complete. Just giving the market some time. Common death adder's all done. Okay, well, let's see if we can get Brandy Lee researching some animals, please. Animal trading. Come on, baby. Yes. Samesh. Wow. Got them. Okay. Viraj. Ooh, I like that. All right, Viraj. You will be joining us. And let's pop you in a quarantine over here. Come on now. There we go. Coming in from the trade center over there down to here. It might not be a bad idea to get another trade center. Take a look at, not trade history, sorry. But that's our male and Vinay. I could wait a little bit longer. So again, it's the rhinos are only 1 and 1. That's the 1 male, 1 female. That's the ratio. That's the number of rhinos. So that's why it's like, okay, it's a bit of a large space, but once they have a couple babies, and because it's so open, I feel like the views will be okay. Worst case scenario, I might try to block how much access they have to these spaces, these little areas where they can tuck in, because I'd like them to stay out in the open, right? So we'll see what we can do about that. I wish we could make the floors like glass, like put down pathing that is glass. I got people coming through here still. So happy, I'd love a souvenir. I was literally thinking about putting a just a memento down over here. So you know, let's do it. I feel like we don't have one of those for quite a distance. Just a memento. So that needs a name as well. And while I'd initially planned on making our are elephant and rhino enclosure 1 enclosure, I realized that in terms of the navigation of the animals, like of them moving around and being seen at the right spots and guests not being confused, that would probably become a problem at such a large scale, which is why I split it into 2 separate enclosures. So what I could do is I could either name this the Ivory Palace as well, so that it is still just one giant, where's the name there? One giant Ivory Palace, or, hang on a second, or I could give it a separate name. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below, of course, and I'll make a decision accordingly. I need to adjust this a little bit, don't I? Probably can't hook up over here, unfortunately. Hold on a second. That makes a lot more sense. Let's get our staff path. Oh wait, hang on. Not make any big mistakes over here. Make sure you're connected properly. There we go. That looks right. You're connected fully. Yep. All right, that way people actually, you know, see the sign and stuff. That's weird. I don't remember messing that up, but it must have happened a long time ago and then completely slipped my mind. Nonetheless, that's okay. Not the end of the world. We can go ahead and connect this. Don't need to be that wide. We can just connect you like so. There we go. Kind of a natural fit there. That feels good. That feels good. And yeah, now guests will actually see the signage as they come through, and I need to adjust this as well a little bit. Duplicate you, reduce that grid size. There we go. There we go. That makes infinitely more sense to me. Glad I spotted that. Look at all these elephants. Man, how could you possibly have a bad view of the elephants? How could you possibly? Now, multiple animals having low welfare. That's the Titan beetle. Let's go ahead and just fix that up real quick. We know exactly what the problem is. Oh, actually, it's 2 things. It's cleanliness, which looks like it's about to be solved right now because Buddy's right there, but it's also their whole social thing. Let's keep you, and let's keep you. Add a couple of you. There we go. Everybody else to the trade center. All right. Technically that helped because it just reduced the number of animals that are in there in the first place. And let me just quickly check over here if we have a good female. No, it's still just been a. All right, okay, well, let's unpause again. Got to get that quarantine done. Looks like Enda is about to have some babies. Well, while we're waiting for the quarantine to get done, let's look at our orangutan. Hang on a second. Don't we have some babies now? We should have some babies, I'm pretty sure. Do we? Oh. Oh my god. Oh. No. Don't. Hey. Get. Yes, baby. Oh yeah, they can climb. That's exactly what I was going to check. Oh my god. So adorable. So fast. Oh my god, so much faster than these climbing animations. They're very different. Oh my god, super fast. Going under dad there. Is that your mom? Don't fling that poop. All right. Play. No? Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm completely and utterly distracted by this adorable creature. Seems like some of those guests are as well, the little kids just chuckling away. Oh, such a cutie. Oh, we have another one coming. I'm so excited to see the family here grow. What's the collective noun for orangutan, for like apes in general? Such a cutie. Oh my god. Okay. I'm sure people are enjoying the company of this baby. Come on. Yeah, look at that. 4,000. And another almost 4,000 here. Collectively 8K. Beautiful. Now we did have... Okay, let's check something real quick here. Before the year flips, I want to pause it. I want to check. Yeah, this place is barren. Even though the animals were here for a little bit. Pretty empty. Looks like some folks are coming through though, so that's good. Quarantine passed for Viraj. All right, Viraj. Let's go ahead and move you to habitat 35. An eye on him. Keep an eye on our tunnel as well. We can kind of see it from up over here. Man. It's feeling pretty cool. I mean, look at that. This section is feeling real nice, I think, at least. As always, I mean, y'all let me know down below what you think, but I'm liking it. Just, nudge you over to there. There we go. The boats keep going. But yeah, you can... It really feels alive, and you got the train going over there to the hill station. It really does feel quite alive, doesn't it? Once we add some trees and stuff here, once we fill up the patch over here, maybe with like a park type thing or something, it's gonna feel real good. Now, Viraj has arrived, so let's go ahead and take a look. Don't be shy, baby. There we go. Enrichment's, of course, low. Environment. Looks like we have an incorrect plant here. We'll fix that up, no problem. Enrichment obviously is low. Terrain is looking good. Too much long grass, too little soil. Well, I know how to fix that. Apart from that, we're looking good. Just a little bit. Add a little more. Again, this will all be plants and stuff, right? There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So overall happy. Definitely happy with the space. Oh, and look at all these people sitting down. Regaining all their energy. Oh, great. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, why is that still low? That's good. They're thirsty, so they're going to come up here to grab a drink. People going to the ATM. This is good. I'm glad I put this down because we're immediately seeing results. Oh, I should actually do the check that I was going to do. There's a bit of an escape route, it looks like. Oh, there's a lot of escape routes. Oof. All right, fair enough. Can you actually traverse that? How do you get up there? Oh my god. All right, well, we're going to have to sort that out. That's going to be a bit of a problem. You going to swim or are you going to drink? Come on. Come on. Oh no, you're going to swim. You're going to make a break for it, aren't you? They're such beautiful creatures. That armor plating they've got going. Oh my god, can you imagine this view? Can you imagine being this guy right now? Look at that view. If I could just deselect everything. Come on. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. This boat ride just got a serious upgrade. I should definitely charge more for this boat ride. Oh, that's so cool. You're like right next to... Oh my god, that's terrifying actually, but that's also equally cool. Anyway, so, you know, the traversable area is overall okay. There's a couple of escape points. Nothing we can't block off, though, I don't think. I'll just need some more, you know, bamboo things and whatnot. Why are you... Oh yeah, this is fine. Okay, yeah, we just need a little bit of bamboo love to block stuff off. Overall, we're okay though. I believe was there something else I was gonna check? I think that's everything actually. And yeah, once we get all the gardening stuff down over here. This will look a lot more complete and pretty, obviously. And we need to get its enrichment down. I'm trying to figure out where I want to have, like, do I want the feeding and stuff to happen in the center, feeding and playing in this area, and like the edges for drinking? I feel like that makes the most sense. I'm really happy with this though. This is absolutely amazing. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, folks, that is where we're going to call it a session, I think. And next time, of course, the daily grind continues as we finish the Rhino enclosure. I know that was terrible. And I'm sorry that's the note I'm leaving you on today, but that is the note that you get to enjoy your weekend on. I'm going to hopefully get that done next session and do a beauty pass in this little corner over here. And then we'll be able to call India and Southeast Asia done, and we can move to the Himalayan brown bears. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Made it just a little bit longer than the average for you, so I hope you enjoyed the extra time spent together, because I always do. As always, massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.